Welcome to News Desk on Celebration TV. I am Comfort James.
And I'm Femi Marks.
And the news making the rounds.
Please stay with us as we bring you details.
Watch robust, objective, analytical, informative, educative, entertaining and inspiring news on Celebration TV News Desk.
Every weekday, 11 a.m. GMT plus 1. That is 11 a.m. GMT plus 1 on Mondays through Fridays.
You are welcome to Sports Corner. I am Ivan Agafe.
Celebration TV News Desk. The whole truth.
To 15.7 trillion naira at the end of December 2019.
Senior Democrats have responded by accusing him of committing a gross offense.
The All Progressives Congress has vowed to punish the Ogun State Governor, Ibikunle Amosu.
Hello, welcome. This is Celebration TV News Desk, and I am Femi Marks. Here are the headlines. Nigerian National Assembly, Atiku orders hail Nigerians on Workers' Day. Uganda court orders MPs to refund coronavirus cash. Government likely to get close to or hit 100,000 test targets. Shops. 50 billion naira COVID-19 fund. CBN begins disbursement, 3,256 people on the list. And on sport, PSG crowned league #1 champion. Please stay with us. We'll give you details after this short break. Welcome back. Nigerian National Assembly, Atiku orders hail Nigerians on Workers' Day. The Senate President Melawan has hailed Nigerian workers and promised that the National Assembly will collaborate with the labor unions to expunge anti-labor laws from the Constitution. Lawan made this promise in a statement issued by Special Advisor on Media, Ola Hawuni, on Thursday to mark this year's Workers' Day. Lawan said the best way to appreciate the enormous contributions of Nigerian workers is to always consider the welfare as of utmost importance. Lawa urged workers as they mark their day to adhere strictly to the prescribed public health protocols of social distancing, wearing of face masks, use of hand sanitizers, among others. Similarly, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, and his deputy, Idris Wase, have said Nigerians workers deserve commendation for the sacrifices they have made towards tackling the COVID-19 pandemic. Bajamila and Wasser, in separate statement and Thursday, stressed that the sacrifices of Nigerian workers should not be in vain. The Speaker, in a statement issued by Special Advisor on Media and Publicity, Larry Lasiso, said, although the day is being marked quietly across the globe as a result of the lockdown necessitated by the COVID-19 pandemic, there is much to remember about the sacrifices made by Nigerian workers. Moving forward now to Lagos State and Nigeria. Lagos State issues guidelines for transport operations. The Lagos State government on Thursday said commercial vehicles from May the 4th, 2020 will operate from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. daily. Commercial motorcycle riders and interstate travels were suspended indefinitely. The guidelines were revealed by the State Commissioner for Transportation, Dr. Frederick Oladende. The Commissioner also urged passengers and commuters to always wear face masks, use hand sanitizers, wash their hands with soap under running water before and after each trip. or transport operators and companies are expected to disinfect the vehicles, parks and garages regularly and continuously in collaboration with and under the supervision of the Ministry of the Environment and Water Resources in order to ensure standards and safety of the disinfectant being used. Motor parks and garages must not be overcrowded with passengers and commercial activities at any point in time. Social distancing is required for passengers queuing to board buses. All public buses should be 60% capacity, that is, for buses, one passenger with driver in front seat, two passengers on the back rows each, and two passengers for tricycles. On another story, Edo State Governor extends curfew by 14 days. The Edo State Governor, Mr. Godwin Obaseki, on Thursday extended by another 14 days the dusk-to-dawn curfew imposed on the state 10 days ago. Speaking at the media briefing in Benin, Obaseki said they have made tremendous progress since its last public update about 10 days ago. Working closely with public and private hospitals, they have screened about 20,000 people and tested 297 citizens. This increased screening and testing is necessary as they make sure there are no cases in the state. They are aggressively pushing to screen the minimum target of about 500,000 people and test about 1% of them, which is about 5,000 in the next few weeks. The governor added that out of the 20,000 people screened and the 297 samples taken, 37 confirmed cases were recorded. He said out of the 37 confirmed cases, many patients recovered and had been discharged. And coming from around Africa right now, Uganda court orders MPs to refund coronavirus cash. A Uganda court on Wednesday ordered lawmakers to pay back money they had awarded themselves to combat coronavirus. Meanwhile, in Malawi, President Peter Mutharika announced COVID-19 each packages for the poor to help them survive the pandemic over the next 3 months. The High Court in Uganda has ruled that MPs must pay back any money they receive as part of a package they approved to fight coronavirus in their constituencies, local media reported. Or an allocation of 2.4 million euros was paid into the individual accounts of lawmakers earlier in April, according to the Observer newspaper. It must be repaid or transferred to national district COVID-19 task forces. The money was initially approved as part of a bigger budgetary package and was intended to be used for sensitization about the virus. However, the payment angered President Yoweri Museveni, who described it as morally reprehensible. Uganda has confirmed 79 cases of coronavirus with no deaths, according to the latest statistics from the African Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. And still from around Africa, Mozambique extends state of emergency. Mozambique President Philip Nyusi on Wednesday prolonged by a month the state of emergency ordered on April the 1st to try to slow the spread of coronavirus infections. The president concluded that the reasons that led to the introduction of a state of emergency still prevail. Under the state of emergency, movement of people within the country is restricted, schools are shut, and no foreigners are allowed into the country. He also said they need to reinforce the applications of the measures adopted. Infections in the southern African country have now risen to 76, of which more than 3/4 originated from Total's energy project site in northern Mozambique. The French company owns a $25 billion stake in a liquefied natural gas project in Cabo Delgado province near border with Tanzania. We'll go on a short break now, and when we return, we'll give you an update on the coronavirus cases still from the United States. Please stay with us.
Welcome to News Desk on Celebration TV. I am Comfort James.
And I'm Femi Marks.
And the news making the rounds.
Please stay with us as we bring you details. Watch robust, objective, analytical, informative, educative, entertaining and inspiring news on Celebration TV News Desk. Every weekday, 11 a.m. GMT plus 1, that is 11 a.m. GMT plus 1 on Mondays through Fridays.
You are welcome to Sports Corner. I am Ivan Agafe.
Celebration TV News Desk, the whole truth.
Coronavirus is an infectious disease, one which can be spread from person to person.
However, you can protect yourself, the people around you, and help prevent spreading the virus to others if only you
wash your hands regularly for 20 seconds with soap and water or an alcoholic-based hand rub or sanitizer.
Clean and disinfect surfaces. Cover your nose and mouth with a disposable tissue or flex elbow when you cough or sneeze.
Practice social distancing. Avoid close contact, that is 1 meter or 3 feet, with people who are unwell.
stay home and self-isolate from others in the household if you feel unwell.
Don't touch your eyes, nose or mouth with your hands, whether clean or not.
You only need to stay in the comfort of your home.
As Celebration TV brings to you life-transforming,
Destiny empowering.
And spirit-uplifted programs for your viewing pleasure.
Together we can save lives and cut down the spread of coronavirus.
This message is brought to you by Celebration TV, revealing Jesus, releasing destinies.
Welcome to News Desk on Celebration TV. I am Comfort James.
And I'm Femi Marks.
and the news making the rounds.
Please stay with us as we bring you details.
Watch robust, objective, analytical, informative, educative, entertaining and inspiring news on Celebration TV News Desk.
Every weekday, 11 a.m. GMT plus 1, that is 11 a.m. GMT plus 1 on Mondays through Fridays.
You are welcome to Sports Corner. I am Ivan Agafe.
Celebration TV News Desk, the whole truth.
Welcome to News Desk on Celebration TV. I am Comfort James.
And I'm Femi Marks. Welcome back. Now to United States. Armed protesters enter Michigan State House. Gum-toting protesters against Michigan's coronavirus lockdown have rallied in the state capitol building. Hundreds of demonstrators, a few of them armed, gathered in Lamsain, and many did not wear masks or socially distance. Police checked their temperatures before some were allowed into the Capitol, where lawmakers were debating Governor Gretchen Whitman, a Democrat, extend a stay-at-home mandate earlier this month until 15th May. Michigan has been hard hit by the coronavirus with 3,788 deaths. More than 41,000 infections have been recorded across the Midwestern state, mostly in the Detroit metro area. Thursday, protest dubbed the American Patriot Rally was organized by Michigan United for Liberty. It called for state businesses to reopen on 1st May in violation of state order. It is legal to bear firearms inside the State House, and several demonstrators were openly carrying guns in the Senate gallery. But some armed protesters reportedly tried to enter the floor of the chamber and were blocked by state police and sergeant-at-arms. One state senator said several of her colleagues wore bulletproof vests. The rally is believed to have been the largest of its type since one on 15th May, when Michigan protesters sat in their cars in order to create traffic around the State House. President Donald Trump threw its support behind demonstrators at the time, tweeting, "Liberate Michigan." Some critics said his tweet was an attempt to foment insurrection. And more update on coronavirus cases still from the United Kingdom. Government likely to get close to or hit 100,000 test target, says Sharps. The government is likely to get very close to or meet its target of 100,000 daily coronavirus tests, Transport Secretary Grant Sharps has said. Health Secretary Matt Hancock said the government would achieve the aim by the end of April, which was Thursday, and those figures are expected later. Just over 81,000 tests took place on Wednesday, but Mr. Sharps told Question Time there had been capacity for more. It comes as the PM said the UK was now past the peak of the outbreak. Speaking about the target for daily tests on Thursday night, Mr. Sharp said the point is to have available tests. He continued to say that at the beginning of the week, they only had 5,000 home tests available. They now have 20,000 available, and it's the reason they are quite likely to get very close to or meet the 100,000 target. Former Health Secretary Jeremy Hunt, who now chairs the Common Health Committee, said it will be an enormous achievement to reach 100,000 tests. He said increase in testing capacity will also allow the UK to tackle the virus through contact tracing, which involves tracking down anyone who sufferers have been in prolonged contact with, to potentially ask them to self-isolate. Shadow Home Secretary Nick Thomas Simond also said the testing needed to be linked with contact tracing, adding that he hoped it would form an important part of the government's exit strategy from the lockdown. And on business news right now, away from COVID-19 story, 50 billion naira COVID-19 fund CBN begins. The disbursement 3,256 on the list. NASO Microfinance Bank has commenced the disbursement of the Central Bank of Nigeria 50 billion naira targeted credit facility. The managing director of NASA MFB, Mr. Abubakar Kure, inaugurated the disbursement of the fund on Thursday in Abuja. He said a total of 3,256 individuals and businesses that were affected by the negative impact of the coronavirus pandemic would benefit on the first tranche of the fund disbursement. As of April the 14th, over 80,000 applications had been received from businesses and individuals for the 50 billion naira credit facility. Kure, who did not provide the amount given to 3,256 beneficiaries, stated that the banks Kure did not provide the amount given to the 3,256 beneficiaries, stated that the bank was committed to ensuring that only individuals and businesses adversely affected by the health crisis will benefit from the fund. He explained that through the disbursement, those to benefit will resume productive activities as the economy begins a phase reopening after the lockdown. The CBN had introduced the 50 billion targeted credit facility as a stimulus package to support households and micro, small and business enterprises affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. Based on the guidelines released by the CBN, those that can benefit from the fund are households with very favorable evidence of livelihood adversely impacted by COVID-19 and existing enterprises with very favorable evidence of activities adversely affected as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. And still on business news, $3.4 billion support IMF to conduct due diligence on CBN. Indications have emerged that the International Monetary Fund is to conduct a due diligence exercise on the Central Bank of Nigeria as part of a fresh safeguard assessment. The new safeguard assessment is a fallout of the 3.4 billion naira emergency financial assistance the IMF gave to the federal government to address the economic impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on the country. The federal government agreed to undergo a fresh safeguard assessment in a letter of intent it sent to the IMF as part of the application of the $3.4 billion emergency financial assistance. The letter addressed to the IMF Managing Director Kristalina Georgieva and dated April the 21st was jointly signed by the Finance Minister Zainab Ahmed and the CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele. The letter was published in a staff report on Nigeria's request for the rapid financing instrument, which is approved by the IMF on Tuesday. We'll go on a short break again, and when we return, we'll give you details from sports stories. Please stay with us.
Welcome to News Desk on Celebration TV. I am Comfort James.
And I'm Femi Marks.
And the news making the rounds.
Please stay with us as we bring you details.
Watch robust, objective, analytical, informative, educative, entertaining and inspiring news on Celebration TV News Desk. Every weekday, 11 a.m. GMT plus 1. That is 11 a.m. GMT plus 1 on Mondays through Fridays.
You are welcome to Sports Corner. I am Ivan Agafe.
Celebration TV News Desk. The whole truth.
I want to talk to people, businessmen, captains of industry, politicians, and government officials. Don't panic. Whether you are a senator, you are a governor, you are a House of Rep, don't panic. This will not consume you. We will see the end. Coronavirus will not see our end. We will see the end. I only wish we have a proper understanding that what is happening now is not just a pandemic. It is a programming. It's a demonic programming. It's a programming towards the new world order. It's time for you to know God. It's time for you to work with God. All your staff who are not at work right now, in as much as staffs have been told to understand that they cannot expect so much money at the end of the month, also please don't lay anybody off. This is a challenge on every single person. Don't lay anybody off, but also the staff should understand that they may not get the kind of pay that they expect, because this is one thing that has hit the whole world economy. Don't lay them off. Understand with them. This is not the fault of any man. Let's all come together, from boss to staff, from staff to boss, and have a compromise and be understanding. We will see the end of this pandemic. We will see the end of this evil programming. In Jesus' name.
Welcome to News Desk on Celebration TV. I am Comfort James.
And I'm Femi Mars.
And the news making the rounds.
Please stay with us as we bring you details.
Watch robust, objective, analytical, informative, educative, entertaining and inspiring news on Celebration TV News Desk. Every weekday, 11 a.m. GMT plus 1. That is 11 a.m. GMT plus 1 on Mondays through Fridays.
You are welcome to Sports Corner. I am Ivan Agafe.
Celebration TV News Desk. The whole truth.
Welcome to News Desk on Celebration TV. I am Comfort James.
Welcome back on Sports Stories now. PSG crowned League One champions. Paris Saint-Germain were named as League One champions on Thursday after France Football League declared the coronavirus 8th season over. PSG led the table by 12 points from Marseille when the season was suspended in mid-March because of the COVID-19 outbreak, which has gone on to kill over 24,000 people in France. The announcement by the LFP comes after Prime Minister Edouard Philippe said on Tuesday that professional sport leagues, notably football, cannot restart because of the pandemic. France becomes the biggest European league yet to end its season, just as its neighbors in England, Germany, Italy, and Spain consider ways of resuming matches. Ruling out any possibility of coupling the Netherlands, who voided the season without a champion, relegation or promotion, the LFP arranged the final table on the basis of average points per game. 10 rounds of matches remain when the campaign was halted, and although PSG and Strasbourg both had a game in hand, as a result, PSG are champions with an average of 2.52 points per game, with Andre Villas-Boas Marseille second with an average of 2 points and qualifying for the Champions League. In another sports story, players scared about Premier League return, Sergio Aguero. Players are scared about the prospect of returning to action amid the coronavirus pandemic, says Manchester City striker Sergio Aguero. The Premier League is hoping to resume the season on 8th June, which would require players to be back in full training by 18th May. Top flight clubs will meet on Friday to discuss options for the restart. The majority of players are scared because they have children and families, said 31-year-old Aguero. Speaking to Argentine TV station, the Argentina international, Aguero added that he is scared and he is not going to be in contact with other people. The Premier League has been suspended since 13th March because of the coronavirus, but all clubs remain committed to playing the season's 92 remaining fixtures. All games are expected to be held behind closed doors, and the league is considering making some available on free-to-air TV. Aguero said he and his teammate will be quite nervous and extra careful when they return to work. And that's all we have for you today from News from Celebration TV News Desk. Here are the headlines again. Nigerian National Assembly Atiku orders 8 Nigerians on Workers' Day. Uganda court orders MPs to refund coronavirus cash. Government likely to get close to or 800,000 test target, says UK. 50 billion naira COVID-19 fund. CBN begins disbursement. 3,256 people on the list. And on sport, finally, PSG crowned League One champions. Thanks for staying tuned. You can join on our social media platform and then check the photo of the day. Well, it says in life, a lot of people know what to do, but few people actually do what they know. Knowing is not enough. You must take action. That sounds very interesting, right? So you can join us on our social media platforms and lend your thoughts and opinion to that caption we just read out to you right now. It's there on the Facebook page, Celebration TV, and on Instagram, it's My Celebration TV. On Twitter, it is @MyCelebrationTV, and on YouTube, it is www.youtube.com/CelebrationTV. The continuous transformation of our society is a collective responsibility of all. No matter the office you hold, as a nation's president, a top leader, an opinion model, a character builder, a professional, as a person pursuing passion, you have a duty to give your all to making the society a better place for us and the generations to come. Play your part and do it with all diligence. Thanks for staying tuned, and bye for now. I'm Femi Max.
To 15.7 trillion naira at the end of December 2019.
Senior Democrats have responded by accusing him of committing a gross offense.
The All Progressives Congress has vowed to punish the Edo State Governor Ibikule Amosu